Hello, Isabel.
Marcus, is that you? What's happened to you?
I've been blessed. You can be too. Come with me, and you can hear all about it from Ketheric himself.
Vous connaissez cet homme, Isobel?
He's a flaming fist. Or was. Came with the others when we created this haven.
And I thank you for your hospitality. True soul, my instructions are clear. Take the girl to Ketheric, alive.
On peut savoir ce qu'il lui veut?
What's going on? If you have something to say it.
Marcus est ici pour vous enlever, Isobel. Si nous voulons vous tirer de ce mauvais pas, il va falloir nous battre.
Pathetic. The Absolute sees all. Your treachery will be punished.
The Absolute. Of course. You can't believe them, Marcus. Ketheric will never give you whatever it is you've been promised.
He already has. Time to go, Isabel.
Future than her taken alive.
Isabel, are you all right? I'm fine.
Marcus has been with us since the start. They've been tracking us this whole time. And that was no random attack. You were the target, Isabel. They know how important you are. But they don't know about you. Ketheric will strike again. We need you to strike first. Discover the source of his invulnerability. Make him mortal so we can make him bleed. Good luck.
We're in more danger than I knew. If something happens to me, everyone in this inn is dead. Like that.
Marcus m'a dit que Ketheric vous voulez vivante. Pourquoi?
Why does a man like him do anything? Power, spite, some kind of twisted personal morality. I can understand why he'd want me dead. Without me keeping the curse at bay, everyone in this inn, everyone intent on killing him, is dead too. As for why he'd want to take me alive, I don't know. And I don't want to find out. Now that we have you, I hope I won't have to.
Quand j'aurai réglé son compte à Ketherick, vous n'aurez plus rien à craindre.
No mercy. For Ketherick will have none on you. End this.
Maybe we should ask someone else.
Who? No. Every scrap of your marrow yearns to end her. Dooming the village would bring foul glory. You can almost taste it.
On with you. Unless you want to come back to a gaggle of shadow-cursed harpers.
J'ai encore quelques questions à vous poser.
Go on then.
Cette malédiction a l'air incroyablement puissante. Que pouvez-vous me dire à son sujet?
It belongs to the goddess Shah. According to the harpers, it fell here when they defeated Ketherick, the one who tried to have me kidnapped. I suppose they didn't defeat him quite hard enough.
Je ne sais que très peu de choses au sujet de Selûne et les chars. Pouvez-vous m'en dire un peu plus?
Moon and shadow, light and dark, divine sisters ever at war, and this place has become one more battlefield. Sometimes life forces us to choose sides. Luckily, sometimes the choice is obvious.
Comment vous êtes-vous retrouvé ici?
Right place, right time. When a cleric of Selûne stumbles into a Sharan shadow, she's bound to set it to rights, at any cost.
Great job protecting Mol.
Traitors among us. A child taken. And still I can only feel relief. If they had taken Isabel too,
Nous avons tous été pris au dépourvu.
Honesty will serve you better than charity. I blundered into their trap, and it cost us. You have the honor of making up for my mistake. I trust that you will.
Mol would do the same for any of us. You know it.
But how do we get into Moonrise? We can't fight those shadow things.
We could. I beat up those harpies, and they're way scarier than shadows.
You know what Mol would hate more than anything? Bad things happening to us. You've seen what's out there. We wouldn't stand a chance.
Vous ne bougez pas d'ici. Je me charge d'aller chercher Mol.
But it's our job to bring Mol back.
Look at him. He's a proper adventurer. And if we got hurt, Mol would be really mad at us.
Fine. But you gotta understand, Mol is family. Bring her back, please.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Je voudrais vous parler de votre culte de char.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
Je n'ai aucun problème avec les disciples de char si c'est ce qui vous inquiète.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, mistress of the night and lady of loss. My Lady Shah is the night singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
Bah non. Continuez, je vous en prie.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked. beyond the vanities of mortals.
Ça a l'air vraiment intimidant. A priori, ce n'est pas pour moi.
Give it time. And thought. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
Je ne suis pas du genre à juger les croyances des autres.
Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company.
Ketherik Torm, que pensez-vous de lui?
Difficult to say. A fellow servant of the Night Singer would surely be an ally to me under most circumstances. But something doesn't add up. I'll need to see where his allegiances truly lie.
L'autre jour, vous disiez vouloir devenir tribun de la nuit. Qu'est-ce que ça signifie à vos yeux?
Everything, potentially. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a Dark Justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Pensez-vous qu'elle finira par accepter que vous deveniez tribun de la nuit?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate. Hope has little place amongst Lady Shah's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. But for this, I hope my time will yet come.
Je ne comprends pas. Pourquoi garder une telle ambition secrète?
Dark Justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shah would likely balk at a Justiciar in their midst. But there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind.
Merci de m'avoir dit ça. J'aimerais mieux vous connaître, Ombre.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Parlez-moi donc de vous. Vraiment de vous, je veux dire. Pas de char ni de votre larme.
What, besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
Oui, exactement. Il y a autre chose que vous aimeriez partager avec moi?
No, I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memory suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
What's on your mind?
Vous avez enfin reçu votre deuxième retouche. Comment vous sentez-vous?
Like I got something back. Something I've wanted for a really long time. When I touched you, I felt like a real person. My heart was racing, but I didn't hurt you. I don't have to be afraid of myself anymore. I don't have to hold back. Not sure the world's ready for unleashed Karlach, but it's getting it anyway. Thanks to Dammon. Thanks to you. Thanks to fate.
Que comptez-vous en faire de cette nouvelle liberté?
Touch! Touch everything! Touch everyone that'll let me. Shake hands, dance a waltz, maybe even kiss a face or two if I find a good candidate. The world's my funhouse.
Je suis très heureux que vous ayez eu ce que vous vouliez.
Me too, soldier. Gods, me too. For every knock we take, I feel like I get a little treat just to keep me going.
Et ce qu'a dit Dammon alors? Comme quoi votre engin finira par se casser dans le plan matériel?
Ugh, I don't want to think about that now. Misery always overstays its welcome, and joy leaves too soon. I'll cry later, but not now.
Well met.
Les fidèles de l'Absolu ont emmené votre père autour de Haute-Lune. Floric l'a confirmé.
Then we know our mission. All roads converge at moonrise.
Pouvons-nous faire confiance à Floric?
I was 11 when the Councillor spotted and slayed an assassin who stalked father from the shadows. I was 13 when she brought word of a goblin warband advancing on Rivington. Her keen scouting saved 100 lives that day. The Councillor's loyalty to my father is beyond question. She's as steady as Tyr's heartbeat, as upstanding as the Sword Mountains. Father's at Moonrise Towers, and we need to save him.
Les fidèles de l'Absolu devaient avoir une bonne raison pour enlever votre père. Mais laquelle?
They want violence, they want control, they want Baldur's Gate. Who better than Grand Duke Ravengard to surrender it? Who better than the commander of the Flaming Fist to dismantle its defenses? They will infect him, and the city's guardian will become its ruin, unless we put a stop to it.
Dans ce cas, en route pour Haute-Lune, nous ne pouvons pas laisser l'Absolu prendre le contrôle du Grand-Duc Garde-Corbeau.
We can't and we won't. The shadows be damned.
The shadow curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
Savez-vous comment il est possible de stopper la malédiction des ombres?
This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, in the form of a young fey boy, with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Thaniel. I've met him in my meditations, but since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once.
Il y a un point enflammé à l'ultime lueur. La malédiction l'a plongé dans l'inconscience, mais il semble marmonner des choses incompréhensibles au sujet d'un garçon du nom de Thaniel.
He is? Then I must see him. Insensible or not, he knows something. I will go to see him at once. Join me when you can.
Playtime's over, pet.
Oh, I love this time of year. The dickheads start popping up wherever you look.
What do you want, Mizora?
Drop the attitude and perk up your ears. You've got a new mission. Absolute's cult has gone and grabbed one of Zariel's assets. A devil. And a powerful one at that. They're locked up in the cult's fortress, Moonrise Towers. And you're getting him out.
Si cette diablesse est aussi puissante que vous le dites, comment a-t-elle fait son compte pour se faire capturer?
Will, your playmate's wasting precious time. Let's see about getting his priorities fixed. Clause Z, Section 13. Should promised soul refuse obeyance or neglect duty, the pact holder shall cast the promised into Avernus as a lemure. I'll make it simple. Will fails or refuses, and he turns to a thick blob of stink flesh and sinks to Avernus. Now, be a good boy and play fetch, pup, or you'll spend an eternity sizzling in the hells.
Mizora's words may be flippant, but they are tinged with desperation. She cannot afford for Will to fail this mission. This may be your best chance to negotiate Will out of his pact.
Nous acceptons de secourir votre atout, mais à une condition.
Oh, and what condition is that?
Your mind links with Will's, drawn in by his increasing panic.
What are you doing?
Faites-moi confiance.
Will relaxes, and your connection fades.
Mizora, nous acceptons de délivrer cet atout si vous libérez Will de son pacte.
Interesting. Now, why should I go letting my favorite pet off his leash?
On pourrait laisser la secte infecter cet atout, j'imagine. Quelque chose me dit qu'il fera un excellent esclave décérébré.
Incredible. You actually think you hold the winning hand? Fine. I'll play your game. But I amend the pact once the mission's done, not before. Clause F, Section 9. Soulbinder shall bestow reward or favor only upon soul-bearer's fulfillment of related obligation. Now, to Moonrise, pet. And do mind the shadows. They've been especially hungry.
Castle with bones. The more bullshit she pours, the more of it I'm forced to swallow. Mizora set me on fiends inside and outside the hells. She's never ordered a rescue. Gods. She makes a mockery of everything the blade stands for. Such an asshole.
Elle sera bientôt partie. Accomplissez cette mission et Mizora vous délivrera de votre pacte.
Thank you for sticking your neck out for me. I mean it, but I'm not going to celebrate till I'm actually free. Can already feel her scheming. She won't let me go without a fuss. Trust me on this.
Ce n'est pas comme si vous aviez le choix de toute façon. Si vous n'accomplissez pas cette mission, vous pourrez aux enfers.
Not just rot. I'd have to fight. One of those mindless blobs clawing at demons on the front lines of the Blood War.
Ça n'arrivera pas. Vous êtes trop important pour la Côte des Épées.
And it means everything to me. I always knew what my future held, and I know I chose right.
God damn it! Why did it have to be Mizora? Why did it have to be Zariel? We're supposed to risk our necks to get one of her assets? What if it's a runaway like me? Or something far worse?
Vous avez entendu Mizora, non? Si Will accomplit cette dernière tâche pour elle, il sera enfin libre.
I want to believe that as much as you do. Almost as much as Will does. But I just know there will be more to the story. There always is.
It's a bad idea to play games with the devil. You'd never win. Not ever.